First one back for a
All
while.
right, Ted Rogers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start doing that in a minute. Yeah. So first one officially back. There is one. How did you describe it, Matt?
Going into the ether,
Lost in the ether. Yeah, we did have.
never to be seen again.
It's lying on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, I managed to balls up the sound completely, so it was unusable. Whether I can retrieve anything in the future will be doubtful, and if I do, it probably won't be relevant by the time I get there. So Jeff was on that with us, which is a shame as well, because would have been good to hear from him as a new coach. But this week we got Alex with us, so get us going. How you doing, Alex?
Hello. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. I'm very good.
Excellent.
He's incognito though.
Yeah,
Is, yeah.
my camera broke today. Okay, it's a work problem, but it doesn't help me today. So here I am with a symbol.
Your new face tattoo, isn't it, Alex? You don't want to show it off just yet.
Yeah. Well, I made a bet with Matt, and now I've got clown face paint on for the day. Fortunately.
So was it one of those face painting moments where it's like all of a sudden it's like, hang on, this isn't washing off?
Yes. Yeah, it was exactly that.
Good. All right. And how are you, Jez? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, all good.
Right.
Ready to talk about something other than my team getting a pounding every week. So yeah,
Wow.
be nice.
No
To be honest, I'm surprised you can sit, Jez.
Well, how do you know I am sitting?
Yeah. We found out who's the new owner of the Atlantic Vaseline jar for this season.
Industrial size.
Indeed.
Got it from Costco.
So what we're gonna do, even though we're 2 weeks in, so we've got a little bit of insight. We're gonna do our season preview, have a look around the league, and take a look at the season previews, the training camp stuff, laugh at how bad it is, or how could that possibly be true, as we usually do, and then
Redcoats.
And then go through the predictions. So we've put the predictions together. We're going to have a talk about it now, and then we're going to work out whether we actually think we've want to change our mind already, and we may pick some wild cards as we go. All right, so let's start where we usually do, CFC East. And we have this as our view at the start of this season.
Right. Look out for the new mascots as well, by the way.
Oh yes, yeah, new mascots generated for the new teams, or any color changes and things like that. So we can see, AI is a great thing, right? Gotta love a bit of AI. James has got his AI podcasts, and I mean, it still can't get the lettering right in a picture. I tell it, it's the Denver Magpies, and it calls them the Denver Magpies. So
seems legit.
Yeah, wait until we get to the harbors over in Hero territory. Right, so
or for short, the Whores.
Well, yeah, that was the second run. So we've picked Magpies across the board here. Discuss.
I think they were strong last year. Sorry to jump in, Jez. I suppose
go for it.
You're desperate to talk about anything other than your team, but yeah. So I just think that the Magpies were strong before, and Jeff's come in with a plan and enacted that plan, and it seems strong at the start of the season. Although maybe not in Jeff's own eyes, but we'll see how the season goes on. But I still think Rob can cause a few problems, so he may sneak it. I just think it's I mean, you can tell it's close. It's 7-3 versus 7-3, so it could go either way. That's my view on it, but I still think Magpies will sneak it just.
Yeah, Jez, what
Yeah.
are your thoughts?
I can't see anyone looking past the Magpies. It looks like only the Islanders are going to challenge them. Scorpions have bombed out. Sun Devils have started 0-2. It's it's looking like only the Islanders are going to compete with them, and yeah, I can't see it. I can see the Magpies winning by 2 or 3 clear games.
Yeah, I mean these are. I mean the only concern I have around them is that that their big unit was their special teams, and Jeff's broken that up.
Yes, he's traded the whole lot out, basically.
Yeah. So whether that makes a difference post-season or not, I don't know. But in this division at the moment, I think there's still enough there for that. I was just going to have a quick look at the old schedule. So Scorpions are fully rebuilding. I mean, they've really dived down. You can see you got the extremely weak. That's 4 spots down from last season. Sun Devils have dropped down to average as well, I think. So Islanders do look like closest competitors, and I played them last season, and they were a tough team to beat. So it could be a challenge, I think, for.
Yeah, they're on the up Islanders, and they've got a softer schedule in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that,
So,
Jez.
well, yeah, exactly.
We're only playing me next, so I suppose it's pretty soft.
The theory's there. Well, who have the Magpies have got? Let's have a look. See what the Magpies have got.
Magpies.
Sun Devils.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Sun Devils, Avalanche.
Yeah.
Well, they've got lucky with the Avalanche dipping. They've got to go to the Sonics. And they've got Kings. It's not the strongest schedule for a winning team, a division winning team, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all those games you kind of look at and you think, oh, that's a tricky opponent. Actually, at home, you've kind of lucked out there, haven't you? You've got that home field advantage on those games where you think,
Yeah.
Out of conference. So it's looking good for them from a schedule point of view. And then the Islanders, I reckon it's a little bit softer. 3-point loss on the road to the Stallions.
The Sharks is a tougher game than the Magpies have got.
Yeah, because he's got the reverse fixtures, Kings and Warriors, but both on the road. So it's not landed as nicely for him.
So the theory that they've got a softer schedule doesn't pan out.
No.
Which makes Magpies even more favourites.
Yeah.
Go Senva.
I think so, yeah. Right. So I guess on that basis, anybody feeling like they want to change that prediction? I'm definitely not. No.
Nah, not for me.
On that basis now, every time I see Jeff post something that says, oh no, there's no possible way we could potentially win this one, this is a nightmare. Oh, we've got such bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit on it. You're gonna be all right, Jeff. 7-3 champs, hitting the playoffs. Right, let's shift over to CFC North then. So we go from one league that's got us strong at the top to this is strong across the board.
Yep.
We got Jonathan sitting at the top, extremely strong. He has done a lot of moves during the off season, hasn't he?
He's just taken Jez's stars. That's all he's done. He's just got the Spartan stars that Jez had last year.
What do you think he's churning? What's his churn? He must have brought in 30 odd players.
Don't need to worry about churn when you've got all the players at high level anyway. Just leave them up there. Deal with it next year.
Right.
He's thrown a spanner in the works there though, because I mean the Barbarians were making a push for it. Generals were evolving. Stallions are improving from previous seasons. They were looking stronger last year. They're stronger again this year. Oh, they're the same, but they're still strong. And Jonathan's come in and thrown a good few grenades in the division and tooled up. So, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah,
I think all of the thing I've noticed this off season was we spoke about we didn't know what was going to happen when the new coaches came in, how they were going to approach it, because there were some pretty strong teams and whether they were going to keep those teams. And what I've noticed that pleasantly is each coach has come in with an idea on what they wanted to do, and they've really not been worried about enacting it and doing it. Like they've had a plan and they've gone for it. They've gone hell for leather. Like Chris at the Avalanche blowing up what he felt was an all-in team to bring in some youngsters, which was a really good, really brave move, because it was a fantastic team, the Avalanche, as Matt knows. It was a pain to deal with. So he's made some bold moves there. And then the Heroes, they've traded very, very smartly. I think they picked me to a few players a couple of times as well that I was after. So, and he's got a plan, and it's whether that plan comes together. But I mean, the Stars love him on this. I think that's one of the highest scores I've seen across all of the divisions. So, again, is it enough? We'll see. Like I don't know Jonathan's team, so I don't know how it's going to go.
I don't think I've seen 18 stars before. Certainly haven't seen more than that.
Yeah, it's the most I can remember.
As much as we should take these stars with a pinch of salt, because we know that sometimes they're just not worth the paper they're printed on.
The only thing I'd say about the Heroes is not covered themselves in glory in the first 2 weeks. It's been just enough in both games, which makes you wonder what's quite clicking as of yet. Is Jonathan not going to set up where he wants him to be, or has the opposition been better
Sun
than he
Devils was pretty clear. First week he won by 30 odd points, didn't he?
31. And then the Barbarians, based on what we're reading there, the Barbarians are a strong team anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, he beat him by 12. I've not seen the game, so I don't know if it was. Yeah, I mean, he had a strong quarter two.
Yeah, home win by 14 points.
The turnovers was quite high, I suppose. Maybe that's something he's going to look at.
Yeah, it's a good job he managed to recover a load of those fumbles. Otherwise, could have been very different. Very balanced attack, though.
I expect him
running as he has passing.
Stronger.
Say again, sorry, Matt.
So I just expected him to be a bit stronger. That was all.
Oh, okay.
All the players they brought in. So maybe it's a lack of experience in formations. I don't know, whatever. He's still got a long way. It's still a long way to go in the season. So I'm sure they'll be in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I did find the Barbarians. I thought, this is now the oldest squad in the league. I think they're sitting up at like 6+ years of starters. So I was quite surprised to see the Stars coming back on this, and it's still coming back very strong. The start to the season, well, we you've seen that Heroes result there, and I think he lost week 1 as well, didn't he? So yeah, so schedule again for the Barbarians.
Tough couple of opening games though, those two, Magpies and Heroes.
Yeah. And I always find week 1's a bit of a lottery as well, because you never really know what's going to be coming your way sometimes, do you?
Yep. That's exactly what I found
Yeah.
in my game.
Whole schedule's pretty brutal, to be fair, because the next few games aren't easy. Away at Warriors, then Generals, and Heroes again. Stallions will give him a game. He might fancy his chances at Meerkats, maybe. Avalanche have dipped a bit. Sharks will give him a bloody good game. Generals again. So it's a tough old schedule, that.
Yeah, and with the older squad, does a lot of it make it past week 5, week 6, or is it all going to be sitting on IR? Who knows?
But
Geriatrics.
I bet money is coaching injury awareness.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. Yeah. Yeah. The one thing for this division, I was quite happy with the mascot for the Generals. I thought that came out quite nice.
He's a beaut.
Isn't he? I don't know why they've put the Spartans behind him, but
I've been trying to figure that out this entire time. Like, why is the Spartans? Are they a subsidiary of the Spartans?
Yeah.
Is
was
he
that
and
when we were
Jez got
playing
some
them?
sort of a deal or something? Or
Were we playing them that day? And those are the 2 pendants that we were exchanging.
It's even on their helmet though, Jez.
Well, based on what Alex has said, it's the Heroes that has picked up a lot of the Spartans' old players, isn't it? Not the Generals. So.
Yeah, your AI's got that wrong, mate.
Yeah.
Right division, wrong team.
Yeah, with this one, it seemed to pick up on. I'm going to try and make him look like a Rastafarian Captain America. So, and just
for the armor.
Yeah, just try to hide that fact. I'm going to put a helmet on as well. So yeah.
He's a bit redhead Sonic under there, is it?
That's what I was
It
thinking.
looks a bit like that, yeah. Knuckles, that's the one.
Knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Stallions as well. I think Martin was talking about picking up a couple of tricky injuries in week 1, so I don't know whether that again is going to hamper any aspirations he has again this season for.
Stallions are obviously big on Black Lives Matter. Taking a knee there.
Yeah.
They're campaigning.
Yeah, absolutely. The horse that does the Lloyd's Bank adverts wasn't getting the equal pay, so up in protest about that one.
Oh, it was it was the defensive tackle for the Stallions, I think. Picked up an E.
Yeah.
He has recovered to a D, so he's almost there.
Right, so based on that little walk around the CFC North, again across the board, we're all heroes. Anybody feel like they need to change their mind or pick a wild card?
On the basis of the Barbarians schedule, I'm going to go Generals wild card.
Generals wild card. Boom.
See, the Generals mascot looks like Windsor Davis from Like It Hot. Right?
Yeah, well, that's the other reason for me wanting to give him a wild card, because that mascot's just superb. The tash on that dude, and also he's a Spartans fan, so I'm with him on that. He's got me there.
Right, there we go.
He's a secret Spartan.
Wild cards.
Oh dear.
Back in the secret Spartans. Right. Okay, so let's move on to CFC South. Clay sitting up there at 8-2. Oh, wet the bed. Tigers 4-6. Stingrays 4 and 6, Warriors 2 and 8. But only slightly above average. I'm sure Clay's heard that a few times. But that's where the Kings are sitting this season.
Yeah, I think that based on, I think the Tigers have caused upsets though.
Tigers get big stars every year on offense, especially.
Yeah, this is the first time
And then
in
they
2 seasons they haven't been 5 stars on offense. It's only 5 and a 4.
It's dropped a star.
Yeah,
But then, they don't. That never materializes into anything into the postseason.
yeah.
I think it's just that drafting strategy. I still say if you don't make 2 or 3 trades, you're never going to be really, really competitive. You need to make 2 or 3 trades. I hate trading. I just think it's impossible to win anything in this game by just drafting. Maybe the early days of the league, but in this, you need to do 2 or 3 trades at least.
I think it gives. I know what you mean. I think it gives you that boost to push you over the line easier than just doing the drafting side of things. Because like we've seen people like Greg and yourself doing a mass influx of players. Greg with more first, second round players. You with whatever tribe you can pick up in the 7th, 6th. But we've seen people pinpointing specific players, and it's you still need to add to that. Like I think one of the reasons Greg's team looks quite good this year is bringing in Minty, and that accompanies all of the draft picks he had and gives him that immediate buff to whatever the second slot is, which helps out his passing game. So I agree. I think you need to balance it. Basically, it has to be a balancing act between the two.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think with your 8 draft picks, yeah, all right. I know everybody rates 7th and 8th rounders not as highly as I do, but you can always get in your aging report. You always get that one position group that has been just wiped out by aging, even though you're not expecting it. Sometimes the aging is supposed to be it should be all right, and then you look at your aging report, no, it's been wiped out completely and locked in that position. Unless you brought in, you've been lucky enough to bring 2 or 3 players in that position, or bidding window, you've got to go and look for a couple of players. If you're not drafting it, if you're not trading any, how do you get them in? I don't know.
Yeah. I think the thing with the Kings as well, though, is that they have been drafting more than just their 8 picks. They've been taking a lot more higher picks. So I think he's got a slow burner. Maybe it's not this season. Maybe it's next season that they start already kind of clicking and being at that right kind of level and experience. Maybe this time it is just Warriors and Stingrays just aren't there. First 2 weeks I've been quite impressed by the Warriors. They're not the team they were last season. That's for sure.
No, they have improved.
Yeah, they're fast improving Warriors. They've got a very young roster, and they'll be stronger by the end of the season if coaching goes okay.
Yeah.
So they could be dark horses for this season. Todd will probably say it's at least a season too early, if not a couple of seasons, for his players to really mature into contenders. But they're on that sort of schedule. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were competitive or more competitive, certainly by the end of this season.
Yeah.
And if they squeak into the off season, then they'll bother a few people for sure, a few teams.
I do have to say, hats off to Todd. that every single time I go onto the Warriors page, I feel like my phone's gone into night mode and all the colours just drained from my screen. It gets me every single time I click on this team. So well played.
Yeah, it was the heroes. It was the heroes for the past few seasons, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, look at those. I mean, those first two games, right? So he's on the road to Avalanche week 1, and it's only 3 points.
Hmm.
And he's managed to beat the Tigers in the division already. He's got the Barbarians.
Comfortably as well.
Yeah, Barbarians this week at home, which will be
Got the Stingrays twice as well, which it should be an easy win. 2 easy wins.
yeah. Yeah, so I think maybe Todd's looked at that and gone on, maybe because he did seem to be trading to bring in some experience as well. It didn't look
Yeah.
like there was just trading for high picks or anything like that. So it looked like he brought some things in to fill gaps.
Yeah, and he's got a special team. You know, Todd's always got a special team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's every returner from the past 2 drafts, right?
No, I got one.
Oh yeah,
So,
you got
haha.
one. Yeah. Right. So, anything else on this division? Anybody want to change or pick a wild card?
Yes. I can't, lie for me, go for the Kings. No, I'll put it there.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
disgraceful.
Clay, but I just can't back the Kings. Let's change that to the Warriors.
You're going Warriors.
Oh,
The schedule looks, I think 6 and 4 might be enough to win that division. And looking at that Warriors schedule, he's got the Stingrays twice. He's already beaten the Tigers. The Tigers still took another Tigers game ago. Potentially.
Yeah.
What's happening here? What's
Ah.
happening here? You copycat.
Salt them both into the Warriors.
Great minds think alike, Matt. And I was looking at thinking exactly the same thing. I'm like, that schedule looks sweet. He's had 2 tough games already. He's 1-1 already. I can't back Clay, not to win it, but I'm actually going to back him as a wild card. So I think.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I'm going to copy you there. I'm having that as well.
So I think Kings for wild card from this division. Any more for anyone?
Brave. You've taken the weakest team in the league to win the division.
well,
According to training camp.
Yeah.
And how many times are we going to call bullshit on training camp? So yeah.
Well, yeah.
Training camp doesn't talk about special teams.
Save it for the Redcoats.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to move on to CFC West if everyone's all right with that then.
we don't have to. Can if we want.
So Jez is just playing a game of Tag You're It. So he's off to go and get back in the game. Right, here we go then. Is the interesting league for us, or division for us today. 2 CFC Westers here.
You want to talk about the week 2 game before we go on with this, or not?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
You want to
segue into that.
No, just yeah.
You're going to stick the boot in immediately, are you? All right, okay.
Well, this seems to make more sense, Alex. That's all.
I'm ready. Let's go for it.
Here we go. Let's have a look at this week 2 game. So before we'd have a chat about this then, we have obviously Alex and Matt played each other this week. It was a tight one. Well, score-wise, it was a tight one. Does it feel like it was a tight one when you were watching it?
Until the second quarter. I mean, I was happy with the first quarter. I thought, yes, this is what I want. It's back and forth. This will be good. And then he just proceeded to stick 25 points on me in the second quarter. Well, I kicked a field goal after missing. I think I missed 2, at least in that quarter.
Yeah, you're kicking the game.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I couldn't. We weren't close enough for me to be comfortable with, the percentages of it. But I was going to try it anyway. And then the second quarter just kind of blew me away, and then far too many turnovers. It's kind of it kind of is what it is. I couldn't really do anything else. I was proud of the fact I put up 31 points. I think I probably gave some moments where Matt raised an eyebrow and was like, okay. But defensively, the team's not there defensively. I wasn't expecting much on the defense. I was just hoping maybe I could keep up on the score side with the offense, because I really do think I've got a very good offense this year, and just didn't work out like that. So
it was those turnovers that made the difference, realistically, wouldn't it? I mean, two interceptions, 6 fumbles. You're going to struggle to win a game if you. I know you recovered 3 of the fumbles, but 5 turnovers, you're going to struggle to win a game against a good side with that many turnovers. And if you'd have kept that to like only 2, then that could have been a different score.
Yeah,
but would have been very close.
Exactly. It didn't help that Henty Career and my centre both got injured the week before. So well, Henty Career did. Maybe the centre got injured in this one. Yeah, actually, I think he picked up an injury in this one. So Henty Career's got 2 injuries from that first week game. So I was playing on. It's only B's and C's, but it impacts a great player. I was happy to slightly contain Wasson, but then Mechanic just went absolutely ham on the other side. So it didn't really make a difference in the end. But yeah, I mean, Matt's got a very, very good team, hasn't he? So I think the special teams was more even than I think I was expecting. I thought maybe it was a bit too.
It's because one of the returners was out injured. I put one of the returners on spotting returners on it IR.
Okay.
Then you managed to ding the reserve returner. He's on IR now as well. So I've got 3 returners, and I've only got 1 fit for this week. So because I've always got this theory: if they're injured, I put them on IR this time of the year.
Yeah.
Don't play players like. The only one I'd actually even consider playing on an injury at the moment is Galloway. I wouldn't bother with anybody else at the moment.
Yeah.
Early in the season, you want him back, and you want to be able to coach him again, whatever. So
sacked him 6 times. I'm happy with that. I'll take that to the bank.
I am not surprised. You got a good DN there.
He's not all that, but he's consistently seems to get a sack. So I'll take it. Yours. I was expecting to get sacked because my specialist left tackle he's a lot of fucking ability. Is what he is. Kendall's traded me a dud over here. A dud. It's just he's terrible. It's not working out.
Oh dear.
Bloody Kendall. Kendall's laughing at that right now.
I'll tell you, even with that, even with my left tackle being a liability, my offensive line is still a work in progress. Stewart still put up some fantastic numbers, and I'll take that. It shows the progress, and considering most of the players on my average age is 2.5, so it's only going to get better with experience, and if they can keep leveling, then fantastic. It's going in the right direction, just not quite there yet. Maybe in the return leg when he doesn't have home advantage and I do, and less of those turnovers, we can do something. We'll see.
Speaking of liabilities, on a slight side note, neither of your kickers covered themselves in much glory in this game, did they?
Nah.
Not surprised. My kicker's crap.
So
the
question
he missed 2 extra points.
I don't even coach. I don't coach kickers.
You don't
coach
kickers.
Returners, but I don't coach.
You look at my game against the Meerkats. That's why you coach kickers.
Yeah.
4 kicks, 100%, 3 of them 50+ yards. Bosh.
Yeah. The problem I've got though is I need to coach everything else, so something has to give way. And my kicker I thought was passable, but he left 9 points on the field for me, which is a bit annoying. But I mean, one of them was a 50-yarder, the other was a 49-yarder. Like, I'm not expecting them to go in. Unlike Greg, I'm not expecting 50s to go in. So
But the question I have though is, were they close? So on the percentage chances, I mean, you can have. I had a great week this week when it comes to kicking, but I had plenty of weeks when he's been a couple of levels higher than he is now, and he'll have a 19, 23 yarder. He's got a 95% chance of kicking it. Oh no, he rolls just enough to be that 0.3 over 95%, and bang, he's missed it. So were they close, or were they just
nah.
yeah, there was no chance.
The chance on the first one was 40%. The chance on the second one was 42%. So, and actually, saying that, he rolled 42% on the first one, so he missed it by 2%.
Yeah.
And then on the second one, he rolled 46, so he missed by 5% on the second one.
Yeah.
So the first one was a doink.
The third one he missed, he had an 85%er of getting it, and he rolled 87%, so he missed by 2% on that. So you want to moan about something? I missed by 2% on 2 of the bloody field goals. Flipping.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, there you go. You see, sometimes it's just
Mugged.
Yeah.
Well, Matt's kicking us 2 extra points.
To be fair,
Right.
like if I didn't have to coach this because I've got that returner that I picked up, I'm coaching him. I got another returner that I got off of Jez. It was the really low level one that you got in the later rounds, I think it was, and I picked him up off of you. That I'm having to train him up. So I'm doing enough on my special teams. I can't be looking at my kicker as well. What's that all about?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
All right.
Pick a kicker in the first round next year, then we'll be good.
But you're going to get him on the
return. Total beat you to him. You've got to be quick. Yeah. You probably need to be in the top 10 to get a decent kicker.
I don't know if I'll get him in the return. Probably not. The Stampede are still the Stampede. And Matt will get players back just as much as I might get players back, and I might have home advantage. But
week 5.
5.
There we go. So yeah, be an interesting return leg to see if.
Yep.
Yeah, be a good game that.
Even though we know Matt loves a traveller. Right.
He does love his travellers, although he's constantly trying to package them up in 15-player swap deals in the off season.
Absolutely. Do you have as little respect for your churn as I do? Then come and get 15 players for 1 7th round pick. Right. Okay. So
got a few. Already a few.
Got a few. I just love the way that you just like, come get your travellers here. It's like that's your opening line on the trade board after a draft. It's like, come get your travellers here.
You've just insulted an entire nation in one foul sweep. We'll have to redact that, else like you might get some threats there.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah,
if AI did a picture of Matt's trading like that, it'd be a scene out of Snatch.
Honestly, let's not get onto the trading subject, because we could talk about you managing to pull players up with your ass left, right, and centre who've suddenly got double-digit figures and the perfect QSTs, and it's like, what the hell does that come from?
Yeah. We'll get onto that as we see how much of the house Jez has burnt down when we get through to the division. But yeah,
all of it, and the garden.
Yeah, it sounded like it. So we've got the Avalanche have definitely taken a dive this season.
They're 2-0. 2-0, aren't they?
Yeah, they are 2-0.
I'm only talking about
they might be.
I'm talking about
they
what's
might be
on the board
1-1. Oh no, they're 2-0. Yeah, they're 2-0.
They're 2-0. Yeah. Anacondas dropped down another couple of levels on training squad.
Yeah.
Good pass off.
Dave said though that this year the Anacondas are going to be playing mainly youngsters, and he's taking the Jez approach. It is what it is. It'll be painful, but he'll get through it. And it's
he's on a rebuild, isn't he?
Yeah, full rebuild. I think he's gone for, which has worked out perfect for the Sharks. Must admit.
So from a stars perspective, and you look at those two, do you both of you look at that and go, yeah, I can see that. That looks about right.
No, I was disappointed. I thought my pass offense would be pushing the 5-star element. So to see Matt get it was infuriating for me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the pass defense, yeah, all right, I'll admit that. I can see the 2 stars on that one. It's not pleasant in some areas of my pass defense. But my offense, I honestly thought I was better than that. So I thought I'd be like what Matt's got with the Stampede, but obviously they're seeing something I'm not. And based on the amount of sacks I'm giving up, I think I know what the problem might be. But we'll keep training him. One day he'll return the favour.
How about you, Matt? Did you look at that and go, oh, God, I reckon there's another star there. Should be 6 stars on pass offense.
Yeah, there should be actually. Probably 7 actually.
Still got a very young roster though, Alex.
Yeah, 2. I think I've got the second. I've either got the second or first or youngest squad. I think second. I think Greg pips me for the age.
Yeah,
But last I looked at it,
28th.
it was 28th. Oh, so I've dropped down a few. I did saying that I did bring in a load of special teamers that I wanted to play on my special team. So that's where my age mainly is.
Yeah.
But if you look via starters, what's my starters on at the minute?
28.
Yeah, it's 28. Yeah, 22 point. I mean, I'll take that 2.14.
Yeah.
I'm way up here on. I'm way up here on 4.
What has Minty affected you that badly?
Well, I have Minty, and then for the first 2 weeks of this one, I've had Anderson starting as centre for me in and he's age 12.
That'll do it, mate. That'll
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of youngsters, but then I've got an age 12, an age 9, and probably an age 6 somewhere there as well, hanging around. So that has definitely bumped my numbers up, because when I looked at this, and I'm like, oh, I've got the 7th oldest team, and I'm rebuilding. So yeah, but I think there's a couple of outliers there that are starting to smash those averages. Death by averages.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I mean, so 2.14, and that is. I think that's actually it will be younger, but my middle linebacker is so raw. I've not been starting him, so.
Got my infants down there. Fucking kindergarten.
I mean, you did give
that
Matt
aging
that
report. Just look forward to that aging report.
Yeah.
Just look forward to aging and seeing plus 20 levels or whatever it is coming through.
Imagine if it's not though. Imagine if it's -4.
Wow. It's early in the season. He's just been completely annihilated twice. I wasn't going to go there. That's why we brought Alex along. Right.
Yeah.
So this is looking. I can see it finishing like this. I think Avalanche have got those 2 wins under their belt. It says they've got one more coming.
It's still got a level.
You finished 3rd last season, right, Alex? So you must have a softish schedule, right? Does it feel like that?
I don't know if it ever feels like that in this division, to be honest. I mean, I played the Kings. I've got the Islanders next, Anacondas, but the division, Stampede again, then the Avalanche, then the Mariners, then the Stallions, then the Barbarians, then the Anacondas again. So there's like 6 or 7 teams there that are just, I don't know what I'm going to get from Lee's Mariners. I don't know if because I don't know if can't remember if I played them or not. The Stallions could cause me an upset. I don't know. The Barbarians we spoke about already. Like, there's just a lot of unknowns there. And then facing Matt again as well. and Chris's Avalanche, like, you know, they are 2-0, and yeah, the Stars are saying that they're on a downward, but I just don't know. I don't know. I think I know I've got one of the best offenses in. Well, I feel like I've got one of the best offenses in the league, and the stats are kind of playing out like that. Despite me playing the Stampede, I've still got the #1 passing offense in the league. So I feel like I could put points up on everybody, but it's just whether if their strengths are my negatives on defense, which is that, like I said, there's a lot of negatives on my defense, then I'm going to struggle. They could just beat me by 1 point, 2 points, and if I've got turnovers, then it could really change my day. And the injuries, I've not, this is the first season where I've been hit by the injury stick quite hard.
You've picked up some early injuries, haven't you?
Yeah. So that doesn't normally happen. I mean, I've got a level 14. What's it called? Athletic trainer. So, and I for the first 3 weeks, I just train on what's it called? The injury awareness. So normally I've avoided all of the injuries and I've done quite well with it. But these first 2 games, to be fair, every time I play the Stampede, I always end up with 1 or 2 starters that have been crumpled by 1 or 2 of Matt's aggressive players. I don't know what he feeds their cats, but they're just vicious. So yeah, there's a lot of unknowns, but like I think I trust myself to get a playoff spot. If I can get a playoff spot last year, I feel confident enough to get a playoff spot this year. But I don't think I'll get past the Stampede in terms of the division.
I'm sticking you down for a wild card, Alex.
Yeah.
Big game this week. You go into week 4, 2-1. It's going to feel a lot different than 1 and 2. So did you have anything you were going to say, Matt, on this one?
I just think the Avalanche aren't as bad as everybody thinks they are. I know he sold a few, but he's still got his level 20 wide receiver, or level 21. I think he traded him in that. Off. Was it off? Was it off you, Jez?
No.
I can't remember. He brought a level 21 in last year. Johnny did. And he's still got a very good quarterback, Solo.
Last year.
So I don't think it's as bad. I think Chris just got rid of a lot of aging players.
Mm-hmm.
Mayhew, he traded in, didn't he?
Yeah, it's Mayhew.
Yeah. He didn't sell it. He sold me a very old outside linebacker. But, he sold a few players, but they're all really old ones. And got a load of picks in for him. So,
he paid 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 for Mayhew.
Yeah. He wasn't even offered up on the board. So
there's a trade. There's a trade that says I'm not going to be here next season.
Like Johnny one, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right.
Last roll of the dice, wasn't it?
It still didn't work.
So does that mean you're picking the Avalanche as your wild card then, Matt?
I'm still picking the Sharks, but I wouldn't be surprised if if we get 3 teams into the playoffs.
Yeah,
it would surprise me.
Right, so we're all sticking with what we've got as the winners of the division.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Yeah, I think
Ronald McDonald.
I think I'm going to change the Clowns as well, and I'm gonna. And is it across the board? We've got wild cards for Sharks on this one.
Okay, yes, from me.
Myself, so yeah. Thanks, gents. It's nice to see.
Right. Because what is this season 3 or 4 on your rebuild now, Alex?
3.
Since you arrived, this is the 3rd season in the.
Yeah, I came in. When the hell did I join the Atlantic? I've forgotten.
Well, you were there at that draft because you
It's
kept
when
knocking the board down. That's
it's
3
when
years ago.
Henry, yeah. So Henty career joined in season 37. So I've done 37, 38, 39. Yeah, four. So this is my fourth season.
This is coming
Yeah,
into the
fourth
fourth
season.
season. Oh, prime.
Yes.
Prime.
No,
Oh, you'll be
no, not yet.
rebuilding again before you know it.
I hope not. I don't want to. I don't want to go through that again. I'm going to try Matt's version of just soft rebuilds in the future. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blow up.
Right. What do you say, Jez? Should we move over to the proper side of the league? Where it's
Let's
all
do that.
Or,
What, are we
Let's
going through
do
the
that.
CFC again, are we?
I could say
Yeah, we can go back through
I
there.
could say it's the softer side this time because there is a lot of extremely weak teams on this side of the board now.
Well, let's not talk soft side until we get a couple of divisions along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we can go. Then we can go really soft.
We're going to start
Let's
with
just
the
wait
hard
till the
cheese.
sunny side up division, shall we?
We're
Jesus.
starting with the hard cheese. We should start right on the west.
Yeah.
Let's go with the MFC East. Comets have got a new mascot as well.
Yeah. Can we just have a close up of that mascot?
I mean, what is it?
I asked for.
It's a bit like if the honey monster turned into the Hulk.
Yeah,
The red Hulk.
Yes, it gives me honey monster vibes. Yeah.
See, for me, it's if the Muppets create a meatball monster, and that's what you get.
Yeah,
and
I have no idea.
Con Braze.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it tried. I even said to it, they wear a scarlet uniform, and so it put them in Chicago Bears blue and yeah. So I don't know.
it's the worst one you've done. Like 4 out of 10 must do better.
Absolutely. Someone's not going to be asking for that to be kept, are they? So anyway.
I do like the leg warmer socks though. very 80s aerobics class.
Yeah. It's very got to keep those ankles warm.
Very Olivia Newton-John they are.
So here we go. Comet's very strong. I think they've started 0-2, I believe. Managed to. I think that was the first time I played Lee since I beat him in a bowl in season 20, and that was definitely a lot closer. That was a 3-point.
You smashed him.
But I absolutely annihilated the Comets in week 1. So welcome to the Atlantic, Lee. Again. So and looking at these star and very strong, I'm thinking, that's pretty good. Quite happy with that. So got one of the tough teams out of the way already. Good stuff. Blues looking average, but I mean they've been dominating in this division for seasons and seasons.
Apart from last year.
Apart from last year, yeah. So Sonics were champs last time around, but actually they got beat by the Meerkats in week 1, right? That was a shocker. I don't think anyone saw that coming. And the Cyclones hit extremely weak for the 3rd season on the bounce.
Which is an achievement in itself, really.
It is. It is.
No, any moment now, any coming season, Jason's going to launch the Cyclones into a frenzy, and we're not going to know what's hit us.
Yeah, and
that looks worse.
I can confirm that the wide receiver that could have had peripheral vision as a CB stayed as a wide receiver, so there was no second assignment reshuffle happened on that player in the end. So could have been the best tech CB in the league.
Yeah, I'd have moved him to CB.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't even have thought about it. No,
oh well.
I don't know. The Comets. What did the Comets do? They kept the first round draft pick, didn't they? And then he traded the rest of his picks out, didn't he? A couple of players, didn't he? What he'd got left.
Hold on.
I don't think Bob had left him with a huge amount, but I think he traded the rest of them out.
He picked up the offensive tackle in the first round at pick 10, and then that was it. That was all he could bring in.
Jimenez. My name is Jeff. Pass blocking. Rookie.
I will tell you, as a specialist left tackle, it doesn't matter if they got pass blocking; they'll still be shit.
But if you will play 60 quickness at left tackle, you're asking for it.
That's why we want
65
PBL on,
actually.
That's why we want PBL on everything on the line.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many Galloways, it's confusing.
There's only one Galloway. Yeah, exactly. There's only one.
There's so many Galloways.
Different.
I knew it was.
So not much new coming into the team. Bob had started to rebuild this. Lost to Spitfires the first week and close game on the road to the Sonics. Oh, scintillating. 126 yards for the Sonics, and they managed to win it. So
yeah, but I think that's how the Sonics are going to be. They're going to win on special teams and defense. I think special teams is going to get them close to being able to do something.
Yeah,
and then that's how they'll win. They'll grind it out.
Smash and grabs in those tight games. Home field advantage got them over the line on that one as well.
Yeah,
because Comets did enough to win that game twice. But special teams and HFA.
I mean, he lost the first game by 1 point.
What, Meerkats?
Yeah, to the Meerkats, and he put up a lot more yardage in that one.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing with them last. I can't talk. I lost them in the playoffs. I thought, but that was on the basis that defense was extremely good. So the masses of gaps on the offense. So scoring's the problem, but preventing the scoring isn't as much of the problem. So Hydrus must be a monster. DT seems to be holding up that line. But yeah, to lose to the Meerkats in week 1, that was a shocker for me.
And for Tad, I think.
Yeah.
It was Michael's revenge for Tad picking that wrong player in the draft.
I
forgot about that. Yeah, he had incentive in this one, didn't he?
Maybe that's what it was. They couldn't sort out that changeover or anything, so Tad agreed to lose a game this season.
I just got flashbacks to that 20 minutes of waiting to figure out what was going to happen.
You know what? The thing is, I spoke to Tad about it, and I don't think Michael actually, in the end, actually ever did the trade. But the actual player Tad said he was going to give him.
No, I think the player got changed, didn't he? I'm pretty sure the player got changed because the player was definitely different.
Okay.
What I liked about it in that 20 minutes is that Michael named pretty much every player that had already been taken as the player that he was going to take. It's like, no, Michael, I'm sure that went in the 3rd round. No, I'm sure that one went in the 2nd. Oh no, maybe it was this one then. And I'm just thinking, is he just chancing his arm here?
It was all, I was waiting for him to say, yeah, I was going to pick Grand Pass in this point in like round 5.
Yeah. You've already got it, Michael. You've already got it.
Damn.
Yeah, greatest ever auto pick ever.
I still want to know what Play thinks about that as well, because he was the one that missed out on him because of that auto pick.
Where am I going with this one? Oh yeah,
He must be.
Magpies.
Was it an auto pick as well? Oh my lord!
Auto pick. Press the button. Auto pick.
Yeah,
If I'd been Clay, I would have thrown my toys out of the pram when I found that out.
I feel bad considering that I was the one that left that player there as well. But
Well,
the
bearing in
thing
mind,
is,
we've
though,
seen some of the auto picks that have been thrown out over the years as well.
yeah,
You know, so to throw grand pass at him was just insane.
but to be honest though, if it hadn't a bit, I mean, I guess what you're
yeah, I
arguing
know what you
about
mean.
here is, or why in this instance has auto pick managed to pick a blinder where it normally doesn't?
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
we'd done the usual where it's like, oh well, should we give best player in? It probably would have been grand pass anyway. So
No,
Well,
it wouldn't.
we couldn't.
It wouldn't.
It
That
would.
was the thing to him.
It would.
Because that was I would not have allowed that to have gone through.
They see that, and that's you wouldn't have been picking best player then, because there was like a clear difference between what was there. So
right.
Yeah, well, then the answer is simple: either come along for the draft or set your list out and tick the box. It's not that difficult. Everyone's got plenty of notice.
No, well, I think there was a family emergency on the day, but we won't go into that. So
there he is, Matt. He's Petrov, and he's on the Sonics roster. So
see, and he's definitely better than the player that was picked. He's 100% better than the player that was picked.
I
yeah.
can't remember. But yeah,
Auto pick normally chucks out a 35, 30, 35 tight end though. Level 8.
It does, yeah.
Journeyman. Beautiful.
Or
right.
a 40-20. Yeah.
We got me and you gone Blues on this one, Matt. They're sitting at average and underneath Sonics as a stars wise, etc. Still feeling
Blues were strong. Yeah, Blues were strong at the end of last season. I think they just had a terrible aging last season. It took Alex about a few weeks to get the coaching back into the players. So
how's he started this season?
2-0.
2-0.
2 Monday night football games, and he's got a third one to come.
Yeah.
Why can't I get this schedule?
Yeah.
I want this schedule.
Loaded. They're all away though.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, I'd take that. I'm definitely not changing my pick on that. I'd have that schedule. I'd like.
Yeah,
that.
I'll be honest.
Scorpions. The Scorpions.
I'm changed. Has he got the Spartans? Has he got the full package?
No,
we got the Spartans.
we're the only one he hasn't got.
No, right. He's not that weak then, is he?
He gets to play the Cyclones twice in division.
Yeah.
Aztecs again don't seem to. I mean, they've started badly this season. They got the Snow Bears still in a rebuild. You got the Scorpions who are 0-10 predictions and seem to be well on target for that. So,
all right.
Yeah, I'd love
and
this
the Razorbacks.
I'm looking
convinced.
at this and seeing my season 39 flash before my eyes. It's a nice schedule.
I'm convinced. I'll change my pick.
Yeah. All right, he's going Blues.
To the Blues.
Any wild cards from this division?
I'm going to say Sonics with the wild card. If I'm changing it.
I'm going to think about it.
You're going to think about it. Anything for you,
I'm not sure.
So I'm going to go Comets wild card.
Are they 0-2 at the moment?
Yep.
Ooh, that's bold. That's bold.
What have you seen? Do you think that second half of the schedule's looking better for them?
I think they've still got some decent teams to play, but I just think there's a lot more to come from Comets.
Yeah, no, fair.
I don't think 0-2 is a fair reflection of the strength of that team. So
Lee's a fantastic coach as well. He might be just
Yeah, he knows what
tweaking
he's
some
doing.
things. Yeah, he might be tweaking some things. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. But it's hard with these, like week 1 and 2. We can only judge it on what we've seen, and like I said, I don't trust the stars. So
No, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait until week 9 for us to do this next time, and we'll
yeah,
probably still get it
I like
wrong,
that.
but there we go.
Speaking of not trusting the stars, let's have a
Oh
look at the
yeah,
Redcoats.
red
Oh my lord.
coats, red coats, red coats.
This is, I don't know what you did to R&R, but I don't think they're ever going to predict you to win the division if you're not going to get it this time.
No,
They're very
no.
weak, going 9-1 apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's
Well, if Brad wakes up, maybe they will go 9-1.
Well, this is the thing. We are assuming that Brad's no longer there, or
Yeah.
is
I mean,
is
here we go. Look,
disengaged.
we have
He hasn't
no
registered any of his rookies.
registered players, so we know
He
rookies
wasn't.
aren't
He
gonna-
wasn't involved in the draft, was he? He hadn't set a list, and he
No.
wasn't at any of the drafts.
No, it won't. No.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Redcoats being active. And this might be we might have to just point it out to the Richies and just see if they want to put something in place.
But do you want a caretaker quickly when the 2-0, Greg, or not?
Let me just have a quick check.
Do you want me to send that email now, or you want to wait a few more weeks?
Let's wait until after week 10.
Oh, they're coming at the.
We'll give it the
Oscars,
season. We'll give it the season, shall we? We'll see how it
Let's
goes.
wait until after week 10, and then we'll see. Hopefully
I mean,
he's back by then. Hopefully he's back.
I mean, they're going to be. I mean, they're going to be 3-0 next week. After next week, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
And they're
Looking
going
at
to rack
Royal
up some
Berkshire.
points. They are going to put up some points this week. So, whew.
Yeah.
Hey, Jez, it's your chance to score 3.
Yes. There's no need to come back yet, Brad.
Yeah. But I mean,
Stay away, mate. You stay on vacation.
Every time I used to play the Redcoats when Conrad Williams was there, I'd be thinking the same. It's like, oh, Conrad doesn't look like he's checked in. But then he'd wake up and he'd go, oh, it's Greg, and he put a game plan in for the one game that we played against me, and then managed to beat me when I thought I'd have a nice easy one against him. But yeah, I don't know. I bring the best out in some people. What can I say?
It's when the game plan's called FU Greg in the team sheets that, you know, there's a real vendetta against you.
Go back to that schedule. Look at that schedule. You know, the Redcoats. Look at it. You know,
You can see why it says 9-1, right?
yeah, because you know, apart from playing Spits twice, you know,
It's easy games.
Outlaws easy, Meerkats, Alien. Traditionally, you would expect them to easily go 7-3 easily.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest thing that's on the schedule. Well, I say the hardest thing on the schedule, but the way the schedules have come up this time around is MFC North are playing MFC West, and for me, the MFC West is the strongest division in the MFC. Was last season, is again this season. So those are going to be the games that are going to really kind of impact where these teams finish based on that. I mean, you've got the Nighthawks tanked for a 4th place schedule. So, you know, I get them as well this time around. So, you know, it's going to be interesting matchup between those divisions. But
Yeah,
too
James is
extremely
probably
weak.
a season shy of bringing the Outlaws out of a rebuild.
I think he's more than a season shy.
Yeah.
He's just got his AI caretaker running it at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's fed it in the rule book, and he's just gone, yeah, just set me a game plan each week. That'd be great, based on what you've understood.
And Michael's not sure if he's getting beat by the Spitfires or the Outlaws, right?
When you get beat that bad, they all look the same, right? Yeah, that was a interesting comment that he thought we'd beaten him 3 times in one season, whereas actually he'd been beating us for 4 seasons solid. So yeah, had to do a fact check. Right, so I'm not sure what else there is to talk about on here. I'm quite happy with my stars. Someone mentioned Minty earlier. Love having Minty on the roster. Had a blinder this week. So he's matching up nicely with Gibb.
I was sniffing around Minty in the off season.
God, you must have been sniffing his vapors because I was in there pretty quick for him.
Yeah, I think that was the response I got.
Yeah.
I still think I got the better receiver from the Heroes.
Was that the tight end?
Was that mechanic?
No. The slot receiver I got off the Heroes
Oh, yeah.
with peripheral vision.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm.
That brought me great joy, as you can imagine.
Yeah. And when I looked at this and I saw 4 stars on my pass defense, I think this is where I definitely think defensive ends have definitely got to feed into this, because I can't have 4 stars based on my backfield. So surely it's got to have something to do with it.
Well, it'd be the right end though.
I mean,
It'd be
my
the right end.
yeah, but wouldn't that be run defense, not pass defense?
Right at the end, maybe not.
Oh, is right the end the pass rusher side? Oh, I get confused.
Maybe.
The thing is that I'd believe that if I had more than 2 stars, because like as I showed against Matt, I got 6 sacks against him, and my right end got 4 sacks, and I'm still a 2-star pass defense. And I know my weakness is my cornerback, and my outside linebackers are still a project, and my middle linebacker is well, I've got 2 that are passable, but 1 that's very young and coaching. So and my safeties they're all right, but they're not standout. And that I think feeds into, it's hard to tell what feeds, like how can pass defense really be judged? Like run defense, you could pretty much judge based on, have you got a decent D line, or have you got linebackers who can, impact the run flat or run line or whichever one it was. Whereas pass, it's like, well, are you good at short? Are you good at the long pass? And can you stop the tight end? Can you stop this? The pass to the running back. There's multiple different ways of doing passing that I don't think it has the nuance to really grasp. Does that make sense? Or am I just waffling?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot
Also with the stars, it could be that the some positions get counted twice.
Yeah.
Middle linebacker could be counted for run defense and pass defense, depending.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't rate the stars anyway, as everybody knows.
But yeah, the only reason I still think that I might take the division is because at the moment the Red Coats don't look like anybody's there. If that changes, I think that changes the ball game completely, and that's purely based off my schedule, because I have the Heroes, I have the Nighthawks, and I have the Razorbacks in week 7, week 8, and week 9.
Oof.
So
that's brutal.
So yeah, that could completely change it. I mean, did you see the Razorbacks result this week? I mean,
Yeah.
Mariners supposed to be reasonably strong team, got a great running back as well. Absolutely smashed them 45-7.
Bosh.
Yeah, dominated. So I can see me doing 7-3 as a minimum.
Depends who gets. If there's a caretaker, depends who gets put in. Is the honest answer.
Yeah.
Is it somebody? Is it somebody that's going to treat it like a proper caretaker, or is it going to be how we've had some other caretakers perhaps go in other leagues where they see it as a chance to win a bowl?
He may. He may.
Caretakers winning bowls, Matt.
Saying, I know, I'm just saying, you just don't know, do you?
That comment was laced with so much bitterness. It's affected everybody's drinks within a 5-mile radius of wherever Matt is right now. Like, it's so bad. I think the thing is I don't know necessarily if Brad has disappeared. Yes, he's not named those players, but he may just be doing the bare minimum, and he's just got his team to a position where he's like, right, stick him in, off they go. Stick him in, off they go. And he might just be turning up each week and doing that.
Bare minimum. I've got to stop you there, Alex, because bare minimum is name your players so you can coach them. And he hasn't even named them.
I get, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the coaching. I didn't think of the coaching side. I was thinking just the game plan side. But yeah,
so
you're right.
They're unregistered.
Yeah, this to me just says he's just not there. He's switched off. He's gone. And for whatever reason. Hopefully it's not for a negative reason. He's all right. And he's just like, this is a lower priority to me than something else that's going on at the moment. So
yeah.
But yeah,
I'd forgot about the coaching side for a minute.
Give us a shout, Brad. Stick a comment down below.
Yeah.
If he can't name his players, he's not going to stick and watch this for 2.5 hours, is
he? He is subscribed to the channel though, so he sees when I post new stuff. So
yeah, but has he got the bell turned on?
Oh, I don't know.
You haven't asked him to like and subscribe, so I think you're letting the team down a little bit, aren't you?
I know. I have to get full on YouTube, social media, jobby done. Well, anyway, so does anybody want to change the pick? Is there anything else you want to do on this division?
No wild cards.
No.
All right, let's move on then to the Swiss cheese of the MFC.
What a proper division this is.
To talk about.
We have to pick a winner in this division.
We've got a reasonably good spread there, haven't we? I think. Well, we got 3 of the 4 teams there.
In some games you have a really good game, and your comment is, it's a shame one of these teams had to lose.
It's a shame one of these teams has to win.
In this division, yeah, exactly.
No, there's a lot of projects going on by the looks of it. But I mean, Ian surprised us all last year, so he might just do the same this year and just throw the ball and win games.
I hope so, because that's what I'm game planning for this week. Hopefully he's going to throw it, because if he starts getting a little bit, out of hand by putting Rascal on and just going, I'm going to run out the middle just for a laugh against the Spitfires, then I'm fucked. So I hope he is going to throw it. So yeah.
Well, he's not had the best of starts. He's 0-2 after 2 road games.
Yeah.
Nighthawks and Rapiers.
Yeah.
And he's got Spitfires. He'll pick up a win in week 4, but yeah, lost to the Rapiers.
Yeah, Rapiers. I mean, this is the thing, right? If you're losing anything in the division, it's not sending out a good signal.
No.
Oi, back off.
Well,
some of us have got a tough division, right?
Truth hurts there.
So personally, Alex.
Well, you just said if you're losing division, you're not sending out good signals.
Well, for trying to win
so
it,
send out better signals, Alex.
I can only do what I can do.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully he's got the Spartans in week 4 under control. He gets a return shift.
I think we've all got to be honest with Jez, and Jez knows it. If he gets 6 points this season, he has had a cracker of a season with the way this team is going.
Have you actually scored yet?
No.
That's got me excited. We have not. Not even in pre-season.
He's 98, not including pre-season.
Whoa, he's going
132 and 0.
You're going for the full
Yeah,
Krispy Kreme.
please don't include pre-season because that'll ruin my record.
You're going for the full Krispy Kreme box, are you? All the donuts.
Wow. No, we're gonna score at some point. Don't ask me when.
Coach
Well,
predicted
we
1 and 9. That was
some point.
false.
Oh, look at
No,
this.
that's only because
Don't ask
you're
me
not
when.
allowed to go 0 and 10.
He says, don't ask me
0
when.
and 10 isn't an option.
Don't ask me when, but we can see key game home against the Cyclones. That's when he's going to score.
Yeah,
That's where he's looking.
come on.
Oh, let me get them coaching points in. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
No,
good.
so there's a lot of transition still. I don't know where H team at the minute. I think did he just put up 50 odd against you?
Yeah, 50 against you.
Yeah, 57.
But he lost.
Wallop.
That is.
That's a contrasting opening 2 weeks, right?
I don't know about the polar bears. They're more like the bipolar bears with those kind of scores. That is one extreme to the other.
The polar opposite bears.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And he pushed the Generals as well in pre-season. So.
Yeah.
Pre-season don't matter. Pre-season is nothing.
All right. Some of us don't have the luxury of playing the weak players.
I just play the rookies in pre-season. That's all I do.
Yeah, I think the Rapiers win it in this division, and that's it. I think for this season. I know where the first pick in the draft's going though. Probably this division.
I was going to say the
I'm
only
going
thing
Snowbears.
Snow Bears are in season 3 of the rebuild, whereas Rapiers are in season 2.
Yep.
Bottoms obviously just started.
Yeah, but didn't Rapiers get? I suppose the Snow Bears got to a bowl the year before, but then you came along and took a fair whack of the team. So
Yeah, this has got
Yeah.
enough of AIDS
Yeah, Matt.
stamp on it now, though. I think he's got some of the players in that he likes and the way he likes to play. So I think he's back on track. But I was just looking again at those. The week 8, week 9 games are quite interesting because again, he's schedule-wise, he's at home for those two, whereas the Rapiers are on the road for them.
Yeah,
At the
you definitely
Cyclones.
fancy Snowbear's schedule rather than Rapier's, I think.
The CFC game's harder as well. The Rapiers. Bears have got the Stingrays and Rapiers have got the Warriors.
Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. I was thinking the other way around. I agree. Yeah. Warriors and Rapiers. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I want to stick with the Rapiers, but I'm not convinced. It could be. It's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 toss-up, I think.
Yeah.
In the Snow Bears. Could go either way.
I think based on schedules, I can see this being Rapiers and Snow Bears. It could even be points difference that is going to split them.
No one fancies Aztecs then.
No, and this is strange because I really thought with the amount of stuff rebuilding around them, that even with
And the
their
passing game that he showed last year as well.
Yeah, I thought this would be the season, and it's not. And again, it's his schedule because he's had the tough start against the Nighthawks. He's got me week 3. He's not had a great game in division against the Rapiers. So, yeah, could be another second or third for Aztecs, maybe.
I'm going to stick with the upset.
I think I might change mine. I think I can definitely.
Well, we're all hoping you change yours because you've put Spartans. So if you were going to fly with that one, that is a bold move.
Yeah. So I'm going to switch back to the Rapiers on that one.
Oh.
I'm going to stick with the upset. Stick with the Polar Bears.
I
stuff.
don't know. It's an upset. I just don't know. It's 50-50 to be honest. Snow Bears could easily do it because they're a year longer in their deep rebuild.
And then we get to the best division in football.
Right, here we go.
That's not the best division in football, Alex. Come on, we know it isn't.
Right, anyway, MFC West. We're at the tail end of finishing this one off. Razorbacks, extremely strong. They look like they're going to do the dam buster, don't they?
Yep.
Well, this side, I don't know what he's doing in the Continental, but definitely in this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he doubled
I
down
mean,
and brought in.
Looking strong.
It didn't help that I traded him a half decent corner as well. So.
Is that where Champagne went, or did you keep Champagne?
Yeah, that's where Champagne went to.
Yeah, Dan's nailing it again by the looks of it. Very, very, very good team. So
on the basis that it looks like the Mariners would be their strongest competitor in their division, and he's just brushed them aside by 40 odd points. You'd say that they're looking favourites again.
Statement win there, isn't it? Cheers.
See, this is the thing that, but this is the thing that doesn't make much sense to me is that they're considered very strong, but the Stars are the weakest in the division, quite a lot. And it's just like, well, which statement is correct of the two statements that have been made by the same software reading it? I think the Nighthawks are. I'm going to put Nighthawks down for a wild card for this one. I think Razors have got it, but I think Chris will pull out a wild card on this one. I definitely think the wild card's coming from this division.
Yeah, I'd say that as well.
I think it's like Matt was joking with our division. It's the same thing. There's a lot of strong possibility. There's less in flux, let's say, in this division than ours.
Nighthawks got some tough games though, some tough out of division games, let alone in division games. They've got to go to the Comets this week. Week 8, they're going to the Spitfires.
Well, who's the Bay Bears got?
Bay Bears have got
Avalanche, Redcoats. So
yeah,
they did beat the Rapiers. So yeah.
Don't know. You've also got to factor in the Chris McDougall factor in that. If he doesn't think they can make the playoffs or do well in the playoffs, he might blow it again for a fourth place schedule for next season.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he'll. He's got the advantage that with that fourth place, he's only got to play Razorbacks once. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mariners and Bay Bears have got to play him twice. And from what we see from that first game, that's 2 losses in the bag straight off, right? He's only got 1. So I think I don't think he'll throw it for a fourth this time. I think he knows he's got what he can do to get out of this division this time around. I was quite surprised actually because the Bay Bears are slightly above average. Mariners are very strong, but like Alex said, there's not much difference in these. The Stars are pretty much like for like apart from pass offense.
Were the Bay Bears extremely strong last year as well?
They weren't extremely strong. They were always strong. They were the same. So last season was extremely strong, very strong, very strong average.
Okay.
So it surprised me that the Nighthawks came back as just average again because I thought they looked good. I mean, they beat the Bay Bears last time before they then went. Actually, I don't think we're gonna go full on for this, so we'll pull our starters back out and and head towards the 4th place, but they managed to beat them. So
Well, he's beat him again this season already. So
yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Actually, that was what, because they changed their kit, so I had to redo the the mascot. It managed to spell Brockton Bay Bears correctly.
Impressive.
hey,
But,
well done.
But yeah, but on the basis that they've had such a bad start and they've gone down, I also did this one, and that feels a little bit more Brockton Bay's season 40 so far. So
Brockton Bay Cuddly Bears.
prove me wrong, Kendall, and I can put the Grizzly.
I love the
back in.
way his helmet on that one looks more like a workman's hard hat.
He's got a bicycle helmet on that one.
Yeah, he actually looks like one of the Nighthawks has actually embedded it in his cranium, doesn't he?
Mm.
That's post game.
Well, I'm going to take the Bay Bears as a wild card.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah.
So you
What?
think both the wild cards are coming from this division?
Oh, have I put Nighthawks already? Oh shit! Right.
Hang on, let me just double
Oh
check.
my
I got any other wild
lord!
cards?
I
You
think
got
we've
3
gone
wild
through.
cards.
I've got comments. Oh yeah, I'll just have loads of wild cards.
It's fine.
That's
You can have my. I didn't put another wild card in the MFC, so you can have that for here, I suppose.
Yeah, no, switch mine from Nighthawks to Bay Bears.
Nighthawks to Bay Bears.
Yeah.
Bay Bears. Right. Okay.
Well, and I'll have both my wild cards from this division, and I'll have the Nighthawks and the BB.
Right. There we go.
Smashing.
This is definitely going to be the running division. There's some awesome running backs in this division. So.
Well, you say that, doesn't? Yeah, the Nighthawks have the best wide receiver in the league. So.
Oh yeah, but they've got an awesome.
We're in a conference, sorry.
As well. Yeah.
I was going to say, hold on a minute. I thought that was Hunty Cleary.
No. He's like 6th at the minute. He is injured.
Yeah.
Give him a break. He is injured. Still top 10.
Oh, you mean the stats? You mean the actual after 2 games? I didn't know the stats were working yet.
Yeah. It didn't work for the first week, but now they're on top, mate. Bucker.
Yeah.
That'll break in week 4.
The only other thing I did do there, I don't know why that's not moving, is that was what the 2 sides look like from a training camp perspective. It's definitely a lot more extremely weaks. Very weak, slightly below average in there this time around.
Only 2 extremely strong.
Yeah.
Who's the other? Oh, the Heroes.
Heroes.
I was trying to think who it was.
Heroes and Razorbacks. So it's
interesting.
Could be an interesting to see if they make it there. Right, thanks fellas. That's got us through the division review and some predictions in place. Last thing I think before we close out, let's have a look at couple of quick games. So we got week 3. We wanted to have a look at the Outlaws and the Snow Bears. This was the Redaction Bowl, the Beef Bowl. We were going to have a little look at. So, where was it? There we go. Outlaws visiting the Snow Bears. Do you think James is wanting to win? Yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed there's no grudge involved in this. There's just normal rivalry. Surely there should be grudges here.
Yeah. We need to see if they can factor in sound bites into the building of any kind of team rivalries, right?
Absolutely. Where life imitates art.
But yeah, what they got the Snow Bears by 10. I think it's a bit early in the season, isn't it? For
few injuries knocking around there, especially for the Snow Bears.
Mariki.
Jesus, yeah.
So the only thing you'd say is if James is actually wanted to win a game this year, this might be the one he wants to win.
Do you think? Do you think this is the one he thinks would be?
I think we're
Might get him third spot maybe on a. I'd be taking a risk at week 10, I think, with the Meerkats.
don't know.
It depends if he wants to, if he actually feels this is a grudge or he wants the first win bonus in week 10. I think he'll be playing for the first win bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, he said in comments he's playing a level 1 and a level 2 guard. So whether that's true
Amazing.
or not,
That's perfect. That.
or is that deliberate to get his quarterback to run?
I mean,
Because he's got that.
is that how it works? You just
Apparently so, as I've been told. I've had a detailed description off.
really you play crap
of
guards and your quarterback
So
will
he's
leg it.
explained it to me, and it requires you to have the shittest OTs and shittest offensive line ever to make that work. Apparently,
Fair enough. If you
That's
want a
where the
running
magic-
QB.
That's where the magic happens. If you've got to
apparently.
be running for their life, put a
Zero
shit
pass protection whatsoever.
Does it help him at all? Because mine's currently running for his life. So does it improve them in any way, shape, or form? Because this left tackle might be the best thing I've ever had if it is.
Well, if they're not quick, they get caught and they get injured.
Yeah. No.
That in your instance, it's probably not a good thing.
Well, no, he doesn't get injured because he doesn't get caught because he passes the ball to the running back who runs away with it constantly because he's got a release valve.
Or
He just gets smashed
I found
constantly.
that out this week. That's one thing I did find out about your team actually. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to plan that better next time.
Yeah, plan away, mate. Plan away. Do you know how many plans I have? 0. I just go in and let the boys throw and see what happens. Still don't know what I'm doing.
So, what do we reckon here then? I think it's still too early for Outlaws. I think it's going to be the Snow Bears. Still, I think it's let's say there's a 12 in there. No, I'm going to go with an 8 because I think there might be. But let's have a safety. Let's have a safety. Yeah.
Oh, a safety.
It's going to safety out.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, see, that does look like what I'd think it would be.
I think it'll be closer. I'm gonna go 15-18. I think he goes for it, but doesn't manage to succeed.
Okay.
I'm going 13-28.
$20, 23-24.
Whoa!
Nice. Love it.
I'm going proper close.
There we go. We're all back in the Snow Bears for that one. Right, and then this was the other game we're going to have a look at. We don't normally do Monday night football games, but we've brought it back.
Yeah.
This looked like a reasonably good
There
Monday
they
night
are.
football game.
Can I just point out, you've just zoomed in. Just look at the back. Just go to your Barbarians AI image and look at the banner on the back on the stadium on the left-hand side. What is Wolverhampton? What is that? 1-1-1-1-1-1.
Absolutely.
The first word, anyway. Woomy.
That's how they all talk in Wolverhampton.
I've just looked at
accent.
Barbians on the right as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I just ask AI to create it, and then it just goes blah 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 blah.
That's taking our jobs, lads. It's taking our jobs.
But I couldn't change it because look at them boots. They're awesome.
Well, they are. They are
do some
cracking.
damage. You almost feel like they should be playing on a vertical pitch because they look like they could climb walls in those.
I'm loving the teeth coming out the instep as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The first time I saw it though, I did have to have a check to make sure that was his tail.
And look at the differences in grounds here. You've got a glorious stadium there, and you've got some really poxy council flats
No.
behind.
It's because he's put in Wolves. It's come up with the actual Premier League football club, so it's just gone for some proper English football stadium rather than this elegant American glory that they've got.
Yeah, and then put the stadium on top of the actual mascot, because that's the Med gear.
Look at the detail.
The old
It's
style.
intricate.
They're going to be the new helmets that the Warriors are wearing this season.
They're not going to catch much like that, are they?
Oh, yeah, but they're going to injure a lot of opponents. Right, so let's have a look. So what was the reason?
He's going to get a lot of cobwebs out the corners, though, with those feather dusters on his arms.
We wanted to look at this one because it was the first Monday night football game in a while that I can remember that was between two semi-decent teams, or at least a chance of the game being a good game.
Yeah.
Compared to what? Go on.
I was also about to say, I think this is also a must-win for the Barbarians. If they don't win this game, they're screwed for the season.
Yeah, 0-2.
You go 0-3, that's it.
Yeah, a spread that's got the Warriors by 6 on this one.
Ooh, returner Riley has an E.
Oh dear, was that one?
I
of
have
his
to call up one of the. I have to call up one of the backups he's got.
Is that one of his new ones?
I don't know if that's the new one.
Let's have a look.
Oh,
season 40, round 3, pick 3.
Oh yeah,
60Q guy. He might be one of the ones that he's not actually even playing him a returner, potentially.
Yeah, he's one of the runners.
Well, Barb's has got Ollie Mers missing.
Where is he?
No,
returners.
not there.
Echo. Oh, that makes me laugh, actually. Just realised that he's not even playing his returners at returner. He's playing a wide receiver at returner. He's got all of those returners. He's like, nah. Just going to play him as runners.
He's returning punts. He's got a returner returning punts, but not kicks.
Right. Okay. So we think this is going to be a good one. Ollie Mers is on tour instead of playing.
Black Prince is very fatigued.
Black Prince, right? Okay. Is this another new? Oh, no.
Black Prince is white, by the way. So
very Michael Jackson. Right.
When are we getting into redaction territory on this?
That's right. Right. Everyone stay quiet now.
Yeah.
Someone change the subject.
Yeah. Should we talk points?
Yeah, go on then.
Is it the season ender for the
I think it is. I'm going 21-24 to the Warriors. Twenty-one.
I'm going to go. Oh, go on, Alex. Go on.
I'm going to say 14-36 to the Warriors.
Whoa.
Damn. That's a big one.
Yeah. I look forward to be proven wrong.
Okay, Jez.
28 all after overtime. Book it.
Right.
Oh dear.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll back Barbarians. 24 plays. 21. Let's do OT. There we go.
Wow.
Right, there we go. Let's hope it's around that mark, because that'd be a half decent Monday night football game, which We
Look
dropped
forward to that
out
now.
because they normally weren't. But right, anybody got anything else they wanted to cover off?
I think that's enough drivel for this week.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
waffled a fair whack.